KSK book reviews. Follow the Money, The Shocking Deep State Connections of the Anti-Trump Cabal by Dan Bongino. All right, Dan Bongino, he did a good job with this book. I would say it's a lot of facts that he had and his opinions. So it's both. I would say it's both with this one. Some major takeaways you get from it is the George Soros follow the money stuff, following his money. The Ukraine stuff with Hunter Biden, and also the collusion with Trump. Okay. So to get right into it, let's start with, and I don't want to give everything away. And again, like I said, I don't want to give everything away in my book reviews because I want this to be a review where I'm telling you a little bit about it, but at the same time, it doesn't take away from this man's book where you don't have to go out and get it. You still want to go out and get the book and see what he has to say. So I'll just give the major takeaways from it, in my opinion, on the book. Ukraine with Hunter, a lot of stuff with that. So let me do that last. But with George Soros funding Black Lives Matter, in fact, he gave facts on that. Follow the money with that, and Antifa. Him with giving the evidence as far as that. And of course, the Republicans brought forward evidence to show that, and you had different sources for that. Arguable, but it's easy to follow that. You can see George Soros funding Black Lives Matter and Antifa. All right. An associate of Antifa, Obama administration, Rosa Brooks, gave a statement saying that, unless, Biden wins in a landslide, it'll be short of a win. They wanted to show, give an example how, or just show how the country just moved away from Trump and went in the direction of Biden by a landslide. Anything short of that wasn't going to be looked at as a win. They wanted it that bad, and they were willing to do anything they can in order to obtain that. All right. Again, Dan Bongino book. All right. So you got that with Soros. Also, it showed with the collusion with Trump. One of the things that I took away out of it, like I said, it's one thing to watch it on the news and on social media, whatever else, and then to actually read it in a book, and just to see how much money was spent investigating Trump's collusion, and for him to did not get enough evidence to give him any charges, because he never got charged for the collusion with Russia. He never got charged, but yet they spent a lot of money in Mueller's investigation to investigate the collusion, but never got anything. He covered Spygate, covered the Steele dossier, covered all of that. Also covered the money spent from the FBI to use to spy on Trump's 2020 campaign. Did that. What else? Let's see. Also, and also he covered. Let's go back into the Ukraine stuff, because this was a lot. A lot of it was on that. Of course, Hunter Biden was the director of Burisma Energy. Now, this energy company is like the #1 energy company over there in Ukraine, gas company. They paid him, since the time he was there, millions of dollars a year, totaling $1.5 billion roughly, that they paid Hunter Biden while he was there. They paid. So the tricky part of this is that he was the director of Burisma. Now, Burisma was being investigated by Prosecutor General Victor Shocking. I hope I said his name correctly. Shocking. And Joe Biden had threatened to not give the $1 billion in aid unless they fired this prosecutor general. He's on record for saying that. Video, everything. You can pull it up online. You can see Joe Biden talking about it. But when asked about why did he threaten, why did he want this guy fired, he said because this guy was corrupt. But at the same time, that is the guy that was investigating his son's, the company where his son is the director of that company. So, a little gray area there. And the weird thing about it, go back to the Trump collusion thing, because actually Trump's, well, we can still say, but Trump's impeachment was over that phone call with the Ukraine president to put pressure on him to investigate Hunter. And that's what he actually got, was the impeachment over that phone call. It wasn't even over the collusion with Russia. It's weird because sometimes if you ask somebody, they'll think it was over the collusion with Russia, but it wasn't. They never got anything on collusion with Russia. It was over that phone call. The phone call, he trying to put pressure on that president of Ukraine for Hunter Biden because of what I just said as far as what Biden put pressure or told him that he wasn't giving the $1 billion in aid unless they fired Victor Shokin. So you have that. And it was just a lot with Hunter that he gave that. Of course, they went over the China stuff as well. And there was a lot with Hunter. Of course, everybody knows about the Navy and the cocaine and then the baby with the stripper, then the affair with the brother's widow, you know, Beau Biden's. So, widow. So it was a lot. It was a lot that he covered. I think he did a good job. I believe he did, like I said, it was facts and opinions. It was entertaining. It's something that I believe that you want to pick up if you want to see how the money aspect of this whole thing works, as far as following, exactly the title, following the money. Follow the money with what's going on with George Soros and the fund. You follow the money with the FBI and Trump's campaign. You follow the money with the collusion with the money being spent for the collusion with Russia. They were trying to get evidence on. You follow the money with Hunter Biden, Ukraine. Follow the money with Biden withholding money from with Ukraine. And so everything is just about money, following the money and the connections with it. So that part about it I thought was pretty good, pretty unique there, the way he went into that. And this book is a part of a three-book series, or this is the third book. I don't know if it's a fourth book that's coming out. Have no idea. Look into that. And I didn't read the other two books before this one, but this one just got my attention. Somebody recommended it. Plus, I like the follow the money aspect of it. So, and then, you know, was reading a little bit of what it was about. I said, okay, it looked like something I would want to kind of dive into. And they had a different spin on with the follow the money, like this scenario, this is the money. This scenario, this is the money. And there's some good facts there for anybody that want to dive into it. But the major takeaways that I think anybody would get, that you would pull some out of, is the Hunter Biden stuff, the George Soros stuff, the Spygate, Steele dossier, and then of course the collusion charges in the FBI, and investigating Trump's campaign. You'll get some of that. And I gave you enough without giving up the book. You still want to get the book because I left a lot out on purpose, so you'd be interested in getting the book. All right. So follow money. Dan Bongino, KSK Book Reviews, out.